place for me to return to. This was the only place I could go. And now you're leaving just like that. Why do you have to go? Where are you going? What are you going to do? Just throw your life away like it was nothing?
I'm not going there to die. I'm going to find out if I'm really alive.
Alright, there I am. There you are. And let's get this show on the road. Oh, let me turn this down first.
Yeah, it has our one from last time. That's 2 hours on it right
Yes.
now. I think it keeps it for a week. You just have to figure out how to download it. I'm not logged into our account. I'm logged into my account, so
Who knows, man? I could probably figure it
Either-
out right after this.
yeah,
What's
either
going on,
way,
everybody?
you'll get it.
Welcome to Spoil for Choice. And if you're here, that means you want to talk anime. But before we talk anime, Noah, something's different about your setup. Do you want to talk about that before we begin?
Yeah, are we live? It still says it's still. I'm seeing the
Yeah.
live stream. Oh, there it goes.
No,
yeah,
but we're
I see
going.
it now.
We're going.
Okay, yeah, we're live. We're live. Yeah, I'm at my G-Mon's house because it's Thanksgiving, so you gotta be thankful on Thanksgiving. So
Doing the familial thing.
to be with my G-Mon on Thanksgiving. So if you recognize this room, that would be cool. If you don't recognize this room, also cool. If I don't know you.
We did do heads up. We did heads up on Facebook on all of our pages and the Spoil for Choice page. So if you didn't see
Yeah.
it,
She meant you can tell her she lives in the same house as you.
well, can't be done. It couldn't be done. There were important business things.
She
But
said she's working and she doesn't work for Facebook.
that's true.
So that means that she wouldn't. But also, now to be fair to Tim's point, I can't go to everybody else's house and personally tell them. Although I would if I could. I still can't go personally to AJ's house and tell her either. So
That's true. Well, I mean, she lives with me, so. Either way, today we're talking anime. And why I feel, I don't know how you feel. I know how I feel. I feel like anime is probably one of the best forms of media that you can get a hold of easily.
okay.
How do you feel about anime?
Oh, that was a full statement.
Yeah.
I thought you were leading somewhere. You're leading straight to a stop sign.
Yeah, I'm going to bounce off you, bud.
Okay. Well, we made a post. Did anybody ever comment on our thing we made on Facebook? Because I also enjoy anime, but I would like to know how other people feel about it.
It doesn't matter what they think. What they should know is that anime is an incredible form of media. There's all sorts of genres. It's transformative in nature. There are things that you could see in anime that are portrayed in a way that regular live action television just can't do it. It could never do it.
I mean, it did bridge a pretty big gap for a while in terms of media because we couldn't animate people with certain things, but we could animate people and the environment around them, making fully animated things much easier than live action animations. And so it did bridge the gap for science fiction and a lot of other genres, even like mysticism and things like that we just can't quite film.
I mean, I'm gonna jump right in and gush, dude. I feel like anime is very important to, people who absorb media like we do because it's incredibly inclusive, right? So you have like more adult anime like Mononoke or Death Note or stuff that's more graphic in nature, and then you have
I
entry
thought
level stuff like
when you said adult, I didn't think you meant edgy. I thought you meant like adult.
no like dark themes and whatnot like murder and adult
Yeah.
themes.
See, when you said adult, you meant like edgy. I thought you meant like, Kimi ni Todake, like things that like if you're a mature individual, you might enjoy, rather than something childish. But you meant like maybe even almost gory or sadistic. You meant edgy.
Well, I mean, even still with what you just said, that kind of furthers my point is that there's everything. You can find everything from gore to love
From
stories.
adult all the way to adult.
Yeah, you can find soft gore, hard gore, all gore, baby. But no, I just like that it's very inclusive in nature, man. Like I started out with Pokemon, Gundam, uh, Dragon Ball Z, of course, but I mean it's arguable whether or not Dragon Ball Z is like children's content. What with people actually
Yeah,
dying and yeah,
especially since you easily could have watched Dragon Ball, the one that's way better.
this isn't even an argument. Like we can't even discuss that. Like they both
We,
have their
well,
place. They
we don't have to discuss it. Akira Toriyama made it first because he likes it better. My parents had my sister first because they like her better. It's just an understood fact.
I mean, I don't know. Well, my counter argument to that is if they liked her so much more than you, why do they keep trying?
I don't. I think I was specifically an accident. They did not keep trying.
Uh, that
That's not
has,
what they were trying to accomplish.
and you know where you can see stuff like that in anime, baby. Those
Wait,
kind
wait,
of
hold
themes
on.
are an anime. Your life anime.
That's a different kind of anime, which we're not going to talk about.
Where else where you see content where women's breasts have their own gravitational forces? Nowhere but anime. That's a specific genre related thing. Not gonna see that on Gossip Girl. You're not gonna see that on Supernatural. That's anime, baby. All day.
That is supernatural, but you're not going to see it.
That's true. I mean, you defy gravity. What? Okay, so for you in the audience, what are your top three anime? While you're answering that, no, what's your top three anime? Go.
My top three
Top
animes.
three, like these are your go-to. You can watch them 100 times over. It never gets old.
Well, that's easy. We have, of course, my personal favorite. Can you guess what my personal favorite is?
Or on High School Host Club.
I'm not as pretty close. Yeah, that's in the top three. I'll give it to you.
Nichijou?
And then yeah, Nichijou. Nichijou's the best. You literally you can just pick up any random episode of Nichijou, and it's always great. It's always perfect. It's fun time for everybody.
It is
And then
pretty
my
funny.
third. See.
I give you that. I will
Uh,
give you that.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what would specifically be my third one. I guess I could go with classic Dragon Ball, but just to put it up there in the top so that you can feel bad whenever you say you don't like Dragon Ball.
Listen, okay, so you seem very genre specific, right? So Dragon Ball, even though there's a lot of action and stuff in Dragon Ball, it's like you seem to be a big fan of like slice of life kind of deals, like
Ah,
funny.
yes, a slice of life when we summon the dragon.
No. In terms of like High School Host Club and Nichijou, it's there are tropes to it that make it not very like real life, but overall it's slice of life. Like it makes you feel good to watch this content. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody likes a feel good anime because that's what they're called, because that's what they did to make you feel good.
All right, Ghosted says I just watched the disappearance of Nagato Yuki-chan and it was pretty good. Yeah, I heard
That's
her.
only
What?
that's only one. She only listed
Yeah,
one.
what's your top three? Listen to the questions that we're bringing you. You're not participating right. We have JCVC 1221. So Netflix should have a series of anime of underground artists producing short films competition. I fully agree with that.
I
Uh,
do like the competitions that some people do with like animation. I think those are always interesting. I love to watch the shorts because you get to see a lot of different styles and topics that you might not see in like mainstream animation. I have genuinely just always thought that was interesting.
yeah, I
Not
mean,
to be a hipster or whatever because he said that. I'm not saying I did it first, but I think it's cool.
No, I think top 3 animes by the way, but I think anime is some of the best stuff that comes out of anime comes either from legends like Kentaro Imura or Akira Toriyama, or from off the wall artists who you've never heard of before they drop something that just slaps you with content. Like Adi Shankar, he's I really don't want to get this wrong, but I believe he's like Indonesian, maybe something. I think he's Middle Eastern, or his family's from the Middle East. But he loves anime and he loves art. And he's the dude.
That's kind of how that's kind of how Avatar was, The Last Airbender.
Yeah, just a bunch of white dudes.
Just heavily inspired.
Yeah, I mean, you love the art form and you build the art form. Like Castlevania, the year Castlevania came out, season 1, it
all 4 episodes.
It owned anime that season. Like Castlevania owned anime that season, and a lot of people were super stoked, but a lot of people were kind of upset that it was a non-Japanese artist or a non-Japanese director. It was Adi Shankar, but Adi Shankar is incredible, and his work shows itself, man. And he has mad respect for the industry. Like he was really pushing to get licensing to do an actual anime of Berserk, but because Kentaro Imura wouldn't give him the rights to do it, he just backed off. Like, he will still do it, but they need to approach him now because he wants to be respectful. We need to catch up on comments. Respond to what I said while I catch up on comments. Noah, talk about Berserk. I want to hear you talk about one of the best stories ever told.
So Tim is the opposite of me. He likes things with lots of action, gore, and violence. Shows such as Berserk, and I don't watch that garbage because it doesn't make me feel happy inside. It makes me bored. Oh wow, they attacked a guy. Next episode. Oh wow, it almost gets to One Piece where there's 60 episodes if they're fighting somebody. Okay, I like all the episodes of One Piece where they don't do that. Kind of like Naruto, it's just like filler episodes, except for that's the whole series of Berserk.
Well, if you're gonna,
and yes, I am. First of all, yes, I am just saying this just to make Tim angry.
Yeah, because Berserk is probably the best dark fantasy story ever told. It will make you upset, but that's the point. Don't you ever come for Berserk. And Naruto, you have to watch with a filler list. It's legally binding. Everyone knows this. You can't watch Naruto. You have to watch Naruto with a filler list.
Now, there is an entire website devoted to watching One Piece correctly called One Pace, because it literally the same problem. You want to watch One Piece. You don't want to watch every single thing that's filler and let's explore if Luffy lived in Edo period Japan. Like it gets way out there and you're like, that's not One Piece.
That's really sad. Alright, so Ghosted, Fruits Basket.
We found a solution.
Yeah, One Piece. So Fruits Basket's top 3, or Ghost's top 3 is Fruits Basket.
It says a special place. It does not say top 3. It says a special place in her heart. And then we've got Twin Star, Tokyo Ghoul. However, she really liked Berserk, but she's kidding. That's a joke. That was a little bit of sarcasm at the end for people that aren't able to pick that up through text. She does not like Berserk. No one does.
There's beauty in the chaos, man. I'm pretty sure if we had commenters who would actually comment, they'd agree. Unless you haven't seen Berserk, in which case you need to educate yourself, because
he's dead.
You're missing out.
Why would you watch it? He's dead. He's dead.
Okay.
There's no more Berserk coming out.
You don't know that because of the beauty of the world of anime, man. So like the thing about anime is, like, if the people who do anime, like traditional anime creators, are super into their craft, right? Like Kentaro Imura, which I know I'm going to stop talking about him after a while. We've droned on this for a while. He has been drawing Berserk frames since he was like 13 in school on like napkins. And he honed his craft, and then he would go to art colleges in Japan and recruit people fresh out of college to work on his side projects so that when he died, they would be prepared to take the mantle from him. And he's gone. And he has like 6 right-hand men who they think they're going to give it time, obviously, because the climate's sad right now. And then they're going to see if they're going to continue Berserk. So if you just jinx Berserk and Berserk doesn't come back, I'm going to cause you physical harm. Just so you know.
because of your words, Tim, you've really changed my heart, and I feel like the show, it makes me just want him to find love, and to find a place for himself. Uh, I just want him to get what every other anime has, and he can't, and that is what makes Berserk unique and powerful to me.
Where'd you pull that? Did you just Google that? Did you Google a review of
No,
Berserk?
no, read the comments, you goober.
Oh, speaking of comments, JCVC says Alakazam the Great, My Neighbor Totoro, and Grave of the Fireflies. First of all, you put My Neighbor Totoro and Grave of the Fireflies side by side. That heavily concerns me about you. I've never seen Alakazam the Great. I'll look into it. But
He likes to be really happy, and he likes to be really sad.
I, I want to be enlightened and then traumatized so that I don't forget what real life's like. Have you seen Grave of the Fireflies?
Yes, I've actually recommended it to one of the teachers I worked with, because she was telling me about some other uh, thing about Japanese history. I was like, "Oh, have you ever seen that movie? That was or that animation that's kind of about that period?" And she was like, "No, what are you talking about?"
Why would you
And
recommend that movie to someone? What's wrong with you?
she said she liked learning about bombings and stuff that happened historically, and she thought it was cool. And I was like, "Oh, well, if you want to see a sad movie, if you want to cry your eyes out, here's something for you right here."
Yeah, watch this movie and then cry
Um,
for the next 2 days.
I thought I recognized a little bit. Alakazam the Great is kind of like a Journey to the West style movie. I think it goes through some of the like main plot points in Journey to the West and some other stuff.
Wait, you've seen Alakazam the Great?
I don't know that I've seen a lot of it. Is it just a movie, or was it a TV show? Because I know I've seen like clips from it. I don't think I've seen the genuine article because it is quite old. I googled it because I recognized it, and it's from the 1960s. It seems.
The 60s. Wow, yeah, you really do like old school stuff. Hold on. Let me catch up on these Berserk
That's
comments.
back whenever they first figure out how to move pictures.
Well, I mean, they also had to draw it frame by frame, so like every single volume, every single chapter, every single episode took
Well,
a tremendous amount of time to complete.
I like how you said volume, chapter, and episode, which episodes are the only thing that they would do in animation. They wouldn't redraw chapters and
Hey, no,
volumes
no,
for
no,
anime. That'd be manga.
no,
Yeah.
shut up.
Uh,
I mean, I guess I'll have to watch it then. I'm always down. And okay, so you kind of
I mean,
caught up
now
on.
it's the same premise as Dragon Ball Z. In case you didn't know, Tim, that is also Journey to the West. So it can't be bad because Dragon Ball is the best.
Dragon Ball is top tier. It's
And then
actually
I mean,
artistic work.
Dragon Ball Z is okay.
First, you're upsetting me. Ghosted, we've caught up on your comments. Actually, I don't know if you heard. You may not have heard. Noah actually took one of your comments and made it his own opinion. So, you know, you've inspired someone.
Well, consider it an homage. I feel like whenever I read what she said, that is, I mean, it was how I felt in that moment. That's how I felt.
So, our previous topic kind of has me on two different wheels right now. Like, I want to talk about anime film because anime film hits different than like anime shows. But I
Do you
also
mean like how the One Piece movies have nothing to do with the One Piece story, or like
no,
how
I don't
a
want to.
lot of times they're just completely different?
1986 Transformers. Yeah, dude, that is old school. But like,
That one was a good one too. I think that was a great movie.
I guess we could talk about oh oh yeah, I watched Grave of the Fireflies alone. Yeah, Ghosted, you have to watch Grave of the Fireflies. It's very World War II, but it's like from the perspective of sadness and his sister depression, and then they encounter the villain trauma, and everyone
Because
loses.
whenever I took history in high school, it was about happiness and joy. It was
Yeah,
all about all the other emotions. You're right. I didn't
she
consider
sold.
that was a sad event.
She sold. No worries, she sold. So yeah, World War Two. All right, so we're already talking about World War Two. Let's talk about the classics, right? Classic anime to me is like waking up at 1 a.m. I have school in 5 hours, but Inuyasha's on, or Wolf's Rain, or Rurouni Kenshin's on. So I'm about to stay up and watch this for the next 3 hours until I can't afford to go back to sleep or I'm going to miss the bus. Which I know that's like 90s anime. I watched older stuff, but like to me that's my comfort old is like early 90s, late 80s kind of thing. Cowboy Bebop. Gotta love the Bebop,
See,
dude.
I'm not ancient like Tim. What came on whenever I was growing up was not those shows. It was Samurai Jack, and then like Dragon Ball. I think it was actually like they played some Dragon Ball Z and some Dragon Ball. It's kind of mixed because Toonami was doing all that weird stuff. But anyway, then they had Bobo 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 Bo, another beautiful show. One of the first parody animes I've ever seen, and
Yeah, it's like it's not Gintama level, but it's like it's pretty bold.
well, Gintama has a lot of like very specific references, and it's very Japanese, whereas Boba Fett is more like general, just insanity, and it's based on a very classic anime, The Fist of the North Star. Did you see that one, Tim?
Oh my oh mo.
That doesn't
Shinderu.
answer. That doesn't answer the question. That just makes you weird.
Uh
It just makes you a weeaboo.
it has hey, it's been a long time. It's been a while since I've watched Fist. Like I don't even remember anything about. It's kind of like a Ninja Scroll. I don't know if you've ever watched Ninja Scroll, but it's like one of those things where I
That's
haven't.
the prequel. That's the prequel to Naruto, isn't it?
No, you need to stop. Also, Barely Ghosted, Darling in the Franxx is not a classic. It is a good anime though. It's not better than Wolf's Rain, but it is a good anime.
Did she say it was a classic?
No, she just in all caps said Darling in the Franxx. I think she just
Well,
wanted.
she was shouting it from the back as though someone talking about Freebird.
Oh, I think she's going back on her top 3. She's making one of her top 3
Yeah,
Darling in the Franxx.
that's what I'm saying. Like if somebody asks you for an encore, and you're gonna say Freebird as soon as it comes to mind. So,
I just thought she's being like one of those kids in school who like really wants to get the answer right. So instead of being appropriate and like raising her hand to answer the question, she just goes for it, baby. It's 12.
no,
It's 12. I know it's 12.
no, it's one of those people that it doesn't matter if you got the question right or wrong. The fact that we didn't talk about it long enough means that it's wrong. You got to try it again.
It did give Darling in the Franxx did give us one of like S tier top waifu who will never lose her crown. Like she will always be top tier
Who is
waifu. Hold on, we have a question that's apparently a good one. It's from JCVC. If you could be any anime, who are you and why? Next 5 minutes, with one you're put in an anime, which one are you going in? Okay, so if we could be in any anime, who am I in that anime and why? And next 5 minutes with one you're put in an anime. So I guess the second half of that question is if you had to be in an anime for like 5 minutes, which one would it be?
Well, I think we have to answer it in the next 5 minutes. One, you're put in an anime, and the other one is that which anime are you going into, and another one would be like which character would you want to be? I believe.
Okay. Make me.
I went first last time. It's your turn.
I have to go first.
Yeah, you have to go first.
Man, that's a lot of a question. Like that's a mountain of a question, right?
Yeah, so answer it.
I
You
have
only
to.
have 5 minutes. If I get 30 seconds to answer the question because you took 4.5 minutes.
Well, you go ahead and jump in. It gives me time to think.
You didn't pack your lunch today.
I
You
didn't.
didn't come ready.
Not for that.
Well, so if I were to be in an anime, I wasn't a specific character, I was just in an anime, it would, of course, be Nichijou. I mean, it's classic. You just in regular Japan, everything's all playful, and gravity doesn't always work, and everything's just sometimes a little bit crazy. You can literally trip over, I forget what she tripped over like a pebble, and the whole world explodes. I mean, it's just a cool place to be. So that's which place I would want to be in. Which place would you want to be in?
Let's see. She'd be Hero from Darling in the Franxx. Of course she would. Then you get one-on-one time with 02. I feel like common sense tells me I'd want to be in a slice of life anime, right? because
I
like
thought you were gonna say the exact opposite. Common sense says, "Well, I haven't been in war. I want to be in war."
nah, man. It makes sense to want to be in a slice of life because it's safer. Genie grants you a wish of putting you in an anime for 5 minutes. Oh, I get to be in there for 5 minutes. Oh, that question just became a lot more interesting. Make me Goku for 5 minutes, baby.
Make me Broly for 5 minutes, baby.
Yeah, dude, make me top tier Goku in Dragon Ball Super. I just want to see what it's like to like make gods nervous. Make a big cat god fully tilted. Berserk so you could warn Guts. Actually, that's not a bad answer, to be honest, because I mean, someone needs to let that dude know.
Berserk so I can kill him first.
So you could go back in time and stab Griffith in the chest. Just, you suck.
Never let it happen.
I wonder what the story would be. Guts would just stay an angry child.
Short. What would the story be? Short.
There'd be no Guts in Casca though, man. You have to let it happen. You could stop parts of it though, like the eclipse. You could stop the eclipse. That needs to not happen. Good lord.
Well, then we get to something like Steins Gate, where what if we go back and change the past? How does that affect the future?
I'm trying to think of another, because Dragon Ball Z is such a generic answer. Like, what else would I want to be stuck in? Right?
That was a generic answer. Well, it's kind of hard to think of like an obscure one just right offhand. You're like, yeah, I want to be there.
Ghosted, are you cussing in our comment section? Are you cussing in our Christian Minecraft server?
Please refrain from speaking as the birds do, using foul language. I mean, there's a lot of places that I think would just be cool to visit. Like, you know, the world of Bobo would be super cool because, again, you can do basically anything. And
That's
like,
true.
Everybody is playful and weird.
I'd like to be in a Gundam
But then,
universe
of course,
for
there's
5
things
minutes.
like Iron-Blooded Orphans.
No, not that one, bro. They're all
I think
like...
Gurren Lagann. A good one would be Gurren Lagann. You get to use a mech, and it's powered by your manliness. I'm going to get in there, and it's going to evolve into the maximum stage and be super big, and yours is just going to stay the same.
Listen, dude, check this out. So I'm about to jump off script a little bit. So this anime is very controversial. It was really good and has really good aspects to it still. But for a while there, it was just a cringe fest. But I would actually fully enjoy... You know what? I'm not even going to go with... No, absolutely not. I was going to say Sword Art, but then I realized there's a better Sword Art than Sword Art, and that's Dot Hack, baby. I would love to be in the Dot Hack universe for 5 minutes. Dot Hack kicks the crap.
If we're getting to that level, I just go Digimon, baby. You know, all the way back to the classics.
Did you? Oh, being in a... Well, actually, I don't know. Because, like, I'm a real person with, like, real sensibilities. So if I went to, like, a Pokemon universe for 5 minutes, I don't know. I would have to imagine the universe is as human as I am. So, like, Pokemon wouldn't just be chilling with humans. We would, like, be eating them by the masses and then completely making them workhorses.
It'd also be weird because you're kind of just inserting yourself, and so like, you know, Ash Ketchum, he's kind of given a Pokemon and all that. You're just standing there, and there's you know, a Pidgeot right next to you about to murder you. Like,
wrestle it to the ground.
How I die? Yeah. You're my bird now.
It's like breaking a horse. You gotta break it like a horse. First. If you think I wouldn't square up, I would square up with a Tyranitar, bro.
Pidgeot right. You think you can fight a mountain? I'll show you a mountain, buddy.
I'll go full Nelson on a Tyranitar. I don't care. Otherwise, I'd want to be in My Hero. I want to know what my quirk would be. That's actually a good one. Actually, I mean, it's only 5 minutes, right? You can only do so much in 5 minutes. So it would be pretty cool just to, like, see something simple. So, yeah, My Hero is not a bad answer.
Go to Mob Psycho. See what your psychic powers are. See if you can reach 100.
Dude. No, that's what I'm saying. So she said, so what?
Psychic K's really good psychic anime.
That would be pretty cool, but she says, so what? I would know my quirk. That's what I'm agreeing with you. I think going to My Hero would be pretty cool, right? What if your quirk was like Planet Breaker?
Yeah, we would. What if your quirk was like the the ability to slightly heat cool objects?
Yeah, you make things lukewarm.
Like, well, yeah, like you only have a certain range. Like, imagine like the worst version of a fire and ice guy. Instead of making fire and ice, you can only do somewhere in the mid ground. You can make things exactly 70 degrees.
That'd be miserable, bro. Imagine if you could do that in real life, though. You could go to you can go to Antarctica or something and just ruin the world. Just wreck the world for the rest of time. Just touch the ground, ice caps gone.
70 degrees, tropical paradise.
All right, so now the genie says you can bring one friend with you. Who are you bringing?
Like one friend from another anime, or one friend in
I
real
think
life?
I think it's a real like. So this is a person that's going with you on the wish. So it's like
Oh,
a hey,
well,
buckle
that's
in, bud.
easy. That's easy. I'd bring my best friend.
I know what you guys are thinking. Give him a second. He's gonna unravel the mystery here in a moment.
Who are you gonna bring?
My dog.
I'm gonna bring me, and I'm gonna bring a copy of myself.
I'm bringing my puppy. Who are you bringing? What are you gonna bring? Nah, I would take my girlfriend to Darling in the Franks so I can watch her hit on 02. Who are you
I didn't
bringing?
realize this was a couple.
You bringing Braxton?
I didn't realize this was a couples thing. I guess I'm taking my girlfriend.
You're gonna.
I thought this was 5 minutes of fun and adventure. Apparently not.
Nah, it's a 5-minute hot springs episode. Fan service is always fan service is a pivotal part of anime, and you know that.
Me and Braxton, and we're going to the beach episode of To Love or Darkness. We're just gonna watch him on the beach. We're gonna watch Marin play in the sun. You don't
Bruh.
know who Marin is. You don't even know which character that is. It's the dog. He's so
Yeah.
playful and joyous. Yeah, the dog. He knew it's the dog. Marin's the best character. Yeah, my guy's got it. He's on top of stuff.
But are they talking about the dog in the show, or are they talking about me bringing my dog to an anime world? Because I think that's way more wholesome.
I hope he's talking about Marin, the dog, because that would be. I mean, that is the coolest. That's the coolest part of To Love Her was the dog. He
Joe-
probably means your dog, but
Joe kicks the crap out of that dog every time. 11 times out of 10, 8 days a week.
Marin turns into Mega Marin and fights off the aliens.
How do you spell Marin?
Maron. You can just Google search Marin To Love Her Darkness. He looks just like Joji.
I am. But that doesn't mean
Okay.
you can stop talking. You have to fill the space.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were gonna pull it up or something. I thought you were gonna transition the slides. I was waiting on some kind of key.
No, I am. I just want to make sure. Because, I mean, you know Google searches can go either which way.
It is To Love Her Darkness. You know, be careful. Dancing with fire.
Hey, cheese!
Look for the dog. Type Marin. Don't just type in the anime at random.
You take Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey. Where are you to where? Where are you taking this man?
Yeah, which
I
world are
want-
you taking Steve Harvey to? One where he can tell women their place.
He's the host of the Dragon Ball Z tournament. He gets to fill the role for Mr. Satan.
It would be
He
so
has the same
crazy.
mustache.
It would be crazy to see Steve Harvey as a Dragon Ball tournament. That is...
We have Goku in this corner, and we have penis in this corner.
That is a naked person. That's why I wanted to do this before transitioning the slide.
You're literally just looking for the picture of the dog. It should be the first response.
So like unless I max out a photo of the dog, there's just nudity.
Okay, left click on it, open picture in a new tab.
I want to troll so hard, but I can't.
He looks just like Joji though, right?
No, not only are you wrong, but I'm mad that you would even say that.
Come on, Tim. Come on. Think about it.
No one's gonna be able to see this. You're not gonna be able to make this out, but check this out. Bang.
Just think, if
You see
Joji
it?
was a French bulldog,
If if Joji was a dog that's completely different than the dog he is, he would be that dog. Congratulations. The lowest hanging fruit, you found it.
Now you see it.
Alright, so I'm going to get out of this because I do want to find Mega Mirren. But if I had to surf through 5 gallons of nudity to find that, then I don't know. You throw Mega in the mix.
It's gonna be easy to find. I could probably find it in 2 seconds. But I mean, to be fair, who hasn't already seen To Love Your Darkness? People should know exactly what we're talking about.
I don't know about that.
Oh, you don't. That's just because you haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't watched it. I have common decency. Got him.
Oh, I mean, I watched it in high school before I learned that you're supposed to have that.
High School DxD?
What is that? Is that anime?
It most definitely is. Yeah, dude, you're gonna have to send me a photo of it or something. This ain't happening.
What's it about?
What? High School DxD?
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it when you're older. High school students playing chess.
It's a big allegory for chess.
Yeah, well, you know, depending on how you want to look at it. So,
yeah.
We've come 5 miles from the topic, but I do want to talk about what's your favorite anime movie? Not related to an actual series, but just your favorite anime film. What would that be?
There's been a couple good ones. I don't know why, but the first one I thought of is Erased, which isn't that. It's an actual series. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's a whole series, bud.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still pretty good. But then there's Your Name, and then there's I mean, that's always the first one I think of. It's really sad though.
Your Name's really good. A Silent Voice is really good.
Yeah. There's all the Studio Ghibli ones. Those are all really good.
And people are probably, that changed a lot. People are probably gonna click away once I say this, but generally speaking, I hate cats. But we watched.
Wait, hold on. The animal, or are you talking about specifically?
The animal.
Cat.
I don't like cats.
Okay.
But we watched One Whisker Away, and that movie is, I mean, it's a sappy kind of movie, but it's actually really good. What is this? We have a comment. Most underrated anime, go. That's you. What's the most underrated anime?
Most underrated is Nichijou. I said it's my favorite.
That's actually a pretty fair answer.
Don't know that anime. But it explores so much about the just language in general, how people communicate. And so much about just possibilities.
Corpse Party.
Things that could happen in high school. Oh, why do you have to just go out there and just name the worst possible answer?
Corpse Party, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell me, please. I beg you.
I can't.
It's too explicit.
It's a really good example on how to do good horror themes and gore in anime, but it also tells
when they cry, you don't think that When They Cry did pretty good?
When They Cry is pretty good. Oh man, Higurashi's really good.
That's what I said.
But I don't think it's underrated. So what? I'm trying to think of what it actually.
I said When They Cry, and you said, "Oh, Higurashi." That's the same thing.
Actually, you know what? Wolf's Rain, dude. Wolf's Rain, I think it's way too underrated. Elfin Lied.
What's that one? There's only Future Diaries. Future Diaries was really good.
Mirai Nikki's really good, but it's so popular now.
Yeah, I know it's not underrated at all. I thought we were just talking about horror animes now. Yeah, I like that.
No. My favorite underrated anime is Wolf's Rain, man. It's
one
not.
That I didn't really.
What were you about to say? Listen.
One that I didn't really anticipate to be as violent as it was a Kame Got Killed, because it didn't really set itself up for literally all the things that happened to happen, and then it just did.
Which one are you talking about?
A Kame Got Killed.
Oh yeah, a Kame Got Killed was
Kill La Kill. Now Kill La Kill had some weird undertones that I'm not going to talk about.
Kill La Kill, but it's still a classic though. Kill La Kill's not bad. It's just like you watch it and you're like, oh, Japan. Japan?
Well,
you okay?
Some of these scenes aren't exactly kid friendly. So
you all right,
maybe,
Japan?
like half of it's like silly and fun and playful, and then it immediately changes, and you're like, hold on, hold on,
Have you?
wait a minute.
So let me ask. I feel welcome to ask at this point. Have you ever watched Wolf's Rain or read it? Uh oh.
Is it a book? Is it a book?
It's a really good manga. I prefer the manga, not to sound like a hipster, but it gives you more detail in the manga. But yeah, it's a manga and
I
a series.
I prefer the Akame ga Kill manga because it's different from the anime.
Don't
I've
avoid.
never seen Wolf Rain.
Oh
You know I've never seen Wolf Rain. You already
no!
knew that before you and you've asked me before. I haven't.
I have asked you that before.
Yes.
Well, that makes it twice as bad because that means you knew that question was asked and you still didn't alleviate it.
Do you know how many people have asked, "Oh, have you seen Attack on Titan?" And I've said no.
Okay, so the person watching says, "Love you, Noah. Gotta go work." So
Thank you.
JCVC knows you, just so you know.
I'm trying to think of who it is. I
Is
love you too.
Does the JCVC help you, or does the 1221 help you? Also, for those of you watching, because right now there's 4 of you, but if you haven't seen Wolf's Rain, I implore you to do so. It is.
Is that because are you trying to gaslight me right here? You saying I'm crazy for not having seen it?
I'm
Is that what's going on here?
I'm 150% gas tanking you, bro. Like, the fact that you haven't seen Wolf's Rain is baffling to me, by far and large. It's so good, man. I don't...
Not Attack on Titan, but Wolf's Rain. That's what, Tim. Speaking of things that I know you haven't seen. Tim, tell me, how many times have you watched Osamatsu-san?
Dude, I'll make you a deal right now. I will make you a deal this moment. So, what is this? It's... Oh, JCVC, and I'm just saying this verbatim. It's your black cuz. Black sheep cuz, excuse me.
Okay.
I didn't see the sheep
So
emoji. I claim full... I claim full deniability.
Now, Tim, I don't know if you've looked at me, but I don't have any literal black cousins. So, easy. Pump the brakes there, buddy.
Well, I mean, like I said, I didn't see the emoji, but I mean, I wanted to read it as it was written, so I said it. You know, it's just me reciting art in a way. You can't blame me for that. It happens. But my deal to you. So, kind of like a book club, I'll propose an anime to you that you watch, and you propose an anime to me that I'll watch, and either every week, at the beginning or the end of the episodes, we'll review those shows together. If you want, we can do that once a month if you want. It gives us a month to watch.
I feel like we've degraded from a Twitch, and we're just generally trying to have a bonding moment here.
Well, no, because they can watch too and give their opinions. This is a group thing. Also, do you know who your black cousin is yet?
Black sheep cousin.
No, just your black cousin.
Not my black. I don't have a black cousin. I'm sorry.
Well, who is? They think it's incredibly funny that you haven't said it out loud yet. So tell us who your black cousin is.
Well, I didn't think we're supposed to be giving the names of, and I didn't do the people watching the show out.
Well, I mean, there's only 4 people in the comment section. Comment it in the comment section. They'll know. That way you don't have to blast their name out loud. But
also, I don't want to get it wrong. Because that would make me embarrassed.
How many black cousins do you have?
Easy.
Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with that. But we were talking about anime. How your family has thrown the momentum all the way off. Black sheep, excuse me. Okay, so I heard it from the sheep's mouth. They meant to say black sheep. Therefore, I retract all statements of just black cousin. But I mean, it wouldn't matter what race or ethnicity you are. Like, love is love, bro. If y'all are family, whatever. You know, anime taught me that.
Hey, yeah, I'm family with anybody. So, Tim, which anime are you proposing that I watch?
Wolf's Rain. Shut up.
Okay. I propose that you watch Syoken no Quasar.
Syoken no Quasar. So you're gonna have to send me that. Is it on Funimation? Where can I watch it?
Online, just at any. I don't know. I look for anime website. I don't have any idea.
Send me the
You just
name.
gotta find it.
How
Buddy.
many episodes is it? I'm not sending you like a 5 season. This is like a 24 episode, 1 season show.
It's I think it's only 25. It's not too long.
All right, well, send me the name. I'll watch it, and we can talk about it in a week or two if you want. And if you guys in the audience want to join, Wolf's Train here. I'll write it in the chat for you. You can find it on Funimation. You can find it a few places, but it's cool.
I can't do it, Tim.
What?
I can't do it, Tim. Don't watch that anime.
Oh, then pick a different one.
You don't know that anime at all.
No, I can Google it and put it on screen so everybody can see it.
Okay, Google it and read the synopsis first, and then you
Okay.
can decide if you're gonna put that on screen.
What is it? Subaru no Quasar?
Sioken.
Sioken no. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's Funimation, whatever it is, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah, all right.
Well, actually, I say that, but Funimation has really dropped the ball on their quality control recently. Okay, so it's called, in English, it's the Quasar of Stigmata. So is that the religious Stigmata?
Maybe.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So, while I'm reading this and finding hot spots to talk about,
Okay.
you tell me about your experience with this show while I'm learning.
Tell me, how did you come across this show? So, I was in a high school in which we all stayed in the same dormitory for 11th and 12th grade,
I do remember.
and so we would basically spend hours just searching for shows that we could show to our friends that we could all watch together, and that involved us watching very random shows together. And one of them was like shows like Princess, a show where there's an all guys school, and there's there's I think 3 total boys elected to be the girls of the school, and they have to dress up as girls at all the events as actual princesses.
Yeah.
And then there's shows like Girls Bravo, Yes XS, all those weird ones where there's just a lot of borderline stuff going on.
Okay, so out of everything I just read, which if you want, I will watch this show and I will give a PG review of it. But I would like to just say this sentence out loud for the people watching at home. I hope you're with me on this. The series, where'd my sentence go? The series is notable for its violence, fan service, and the use of vital energy coming from women's breasts, referred to as soma, as a central, I want you to hear me on that, central plot device. That's the Quasar of Stigmata. There's also 2 seasons. I will not be watching the 2nd season, but if you want to recommend me another anime to bring to the table, you let me know.
Now, first of all, Tim, it's worth noting that you've overlooked a major element, because they don't just get powers from this soma. What happens is they're born with an innate power that goes away over time, and you revivify this power basically by the intake of soma. And so you're born with an elemental power, basically, like you can control iron, or you can control helium, or like literally like the whole periodic table.
Oh, man.
And so like the main character obviously can like control iron or whatever, but then like some of the villains have like weird ones.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
I'll tell you this. It is way more curious to think about if you Google image search it.
don't do that.
Okay, so is that your legitimate submission, or do you want to think about something else maybe?
No, I don't want you to watch that. I would much rather you watch something like Osamatsu-san, but you have to watch literally the 0th episode onward. You can't skip the 0th episode.
Okay, send me the name and I'll watch it. And you got to put it in the chat, so if the audience wants to watch, they can watch too. Because they might want to watch Hashirama-san or whatever you said.
Now, whenever you look it up, Mr. Timothy, it is preferred that you look up Osamatsu-san. Don't look up Osamatsu-kun, because that's a different show. It is a very similar show. This is the sequel to that show. It's an homage to a classic type of Japanese um, uh, anime, and they wanted to bring back that style for just one little reboot, and I think it got 3 seasons, but you just have to watch the first season.
So
It might only have 2 seasons.
Mr. Osamatsu has 3 seasons.
Now, Osamatsu Kun has several seasons. It was a very long show. It was back in the Shonen
Are
Jump
you
period.
are you actively keeping up with any anime? Like, are you watching anything? Oh, I've seen that character before. What are you
Yeah,
what
I
are you
think
watching currently?
I'm currently watching That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime again because I forgot what happens in the show.
Same.
I
I'm
really,
not rewatching it right now, but I
I
have
really
forgot.
wish they would make an anime out of a certain manga. Is there any mangas that you wish they made an anime out of?
Uh, I wanted the Record of Ragnarok for a long time, and then they did it, and they did it in a weird way. So now I regret it. Uh, I'm trying to think if there's any manga I've read recently where I would want them to translate it to an anime. I haven't been reading a lot of manga lately, so nothing on the top of my head.
So there's an anime called Delicious in Dungeons, and um, I mean it's already a hotbed of animation right now. We've got things like Goblin Slayer and all those other ones of people that are trying to do this dungeon style anime. Even That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime kind of does the same thing. Sword Art Online. It's just super overcrowded right now, so I doubt it would ever happen. But I really enjoy it. I think it's hilarious. It's these guys that, or it's this party of people rather, that are trying to get to the bottom of the dungeon because nobody's seen the bottom of this cave or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so, in order to get to the bottom of the cave, you of course have to bring food and rations to make it to the bottom. And they decide, well, we don't have money, so we're just going to eat monsters. That's what we're going to do. And uh, everybody else is disgusted by the prospect, other than the one guy that came up with that idea. And he's like, no, no, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna cook them well. And so like the book even has like recipes in it and how to cook monsters specifically and stuff. And I just think it's a very well put together manga.
Have you seen And this is a question for all you watching too. Have you guys watched Made in Abyss? It's a lot of silence.
I don't. I thought somebody would reply, but I don't. I don't know why I thought that.
Made in Abyss is truly, truly wonderful. I don't think you even have to like. You don't have to like action or scary things or anything like that. Um, if you like an anime with a really deep plot and like a lot of character depth, watch Made in Abyss. I can't wait for season 2, which I think they're not
No,
even doing seasons. I think they're doing everything in movies now. But season
no, if you're
1, in fact, you know what? I think right beside Wolf's Rain, I would put Made in Abyss because I think that show is so underrated and it's so good. It's genuinely like there's no silliness, no real gimmicks. It's just a really well drawn and a well written fantasy come to life, and I recommend it to anyone really, no matter what your flavor is. I think everyone should like it.
you think that's an all-purpose anime? I think that's a
I mean, unless you're one of those people, which if you are, there's no judgment. Like if your whole thing is like you like the spicy, raunchy, like ecchi kind of anime, this is not your flavor. But I mean, there's elements of scariness. There's like suspense. There's like comedy. If you're not into like depthy stories, I wouldn't watch it because it's really depthy. There's a lot of like not drama, but dramatic elements. It's really good. Like I think it's just really well written. More so than that, I mean, I think the character designs are unique. I think the creature designs are unique. It's classic. The way it's made is classically. So they literally draw each frame and then animate the frames, but they do it with new text, so it looks like it's digitally animated. So it's just beautiful. Like all the way around, the show is just gorgeous.
okay. You didn't have to sell it, but I appreciate that you did. I mean, they're not paying us
I wish
now.
they were,
Uh,
man.
One that got way too much attention too quickly was. Did you ever watch Tower of God?
No, I kind of dodged that.
So it was that one was originally like Korean. It was a Korean webtoon or whatever that the Japanese company picked up and made into an anime, and it is really good. Like uh, Braxton told me it was good for years, and then of course they came out with an anime. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna read it, but I'll watch it. Um, I did actually read it. That was just a joke. Um, but it's really interesting. Like the premise and everything. It's kind of weird because it seems religious in some sense. Because I don't know, any kind of anime that references deities and stuff, I kind of feel weird about watching.
Yeah,
But
I get it though.
but it's like an abstraction where they're in a world and reaching the top of the this tower, this their society basically grants you one wish, which is really symbolic of like kind of Korean culture in general, is they feel like they have to reach the top of their society to actually get what they want.
Oh, you're talking about like manhwa.
Well, no, they made it into an anime. It was a manga, but they made it into an anime.
Vinland Saga is really good. Oh,
Who wants to learn
dude,
about Who wants to learn about Finland? You tell me one person that enjoys the
Dororo is
country of
really
Finland.
good too. But Dororo is based off of the dude who created Dororo was like his nickname is the God of Manga. So like, even though the anime is probably underrated, the story of Dororo is not underrated because the dude who made it is incredible.
Isn't that that?
You actually gave me room to answer your previous question about is there anything that I've read that I wish was an anime? And it's because you
Okay.
brought up manhwa. There is a manhwa called Killing Stalking, and it is
Yes.
so good. So good. Uh I can't even remember how it starts, man. I do know this. It's
I don't remember anything about it, but boy, I'd like to see it.
it's so good, man. Cuz it's like it's hold on, there's a delay. I typed it before you said. Uh so it's this dude who falls in love with another dude. You know what? I'm not even going to ruin it. I'm going to give you the opportunity to read it.
You've really sold it to me. There's some dude on dude action,
Oh, yeah. Well, I
and
mean,
I'm not gonna tell you anything else. That's all you really need to
yeah.
know.
Uh I,
It's the sequel. It's the sequel to Yuri on Ice, and I'm not gonna tell you anything else.
well, I mean, if I didn't sell you on the boy love, then I don't know what's going to sell you. But
That's why I watched it. So I mean,
I'll tell you this, it is not for the sensitive of heart. In fact, you may not actually like it. It is very much a niche kind of story, like very violent, very derivative of real life obsessions and like real life stalking and uh
oh, and that's right
domestic
up your alley.
domestic violence. Like it's
Yeah,
also
that's you.
don't don't give that out. Don't put that out there like it's a real thing because people.
I like how at first you're like, don't give that out like it's genuine information. But no, Tim doesn't do those things.
I don't beat my partner. You guys need to know that it's important.
Not unless it's Smash Brothers, and I don't mean smashing my brothers.
Yep. Well, I don't do that either. And I want to make that very imperative. Okay, so if you want to know a little bit about the plot, check the comment. You first of all, you'd have to be watching this on Twitch, but if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, sorry, bud. A little bit of the plot is in the chat, so you can, if you're interested. Are you yawning? Don't. We are performing right now. You have to be.
You're just talking about this same topic over and over.
Well, what do you want to talk about anime wise, bud?
Well, I mean, we're branching out into Korean stuff. It's
What's
all
your
about boy love.
besides slice of life? What's your
We're gonna
favorite genre?
we're gonna talk. Tim, if we're gonna talk about boy love, we're not gonna talk about Korean boy love. This is the anime episode. We're gonna talk about Japanese Yuri on Ice boy love.
I've never watched Yuri on Ice.
You've never watched it?
Never
It's really
watched it.
strange because like everybody. I mean, obviously it's called Yuri on Ice, which is heavily indicative that it has
As Yuri.
boy love. Yeah, boy love or whatever. But it doesn't ever directly like have those kind of interactions. And I always thought that that was kind of cool about it because I did watch it.
I haven't
It
watched
was
it.
one of the popular animes at the time. But everybody's like, oh well, it just proves that these two guys are gay and that that's okay. And I was like, well, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to make a show that's just a big advertisement for being gay. Like that doesn't, uh, not to be political or anything, but that doesn't sell me on any general concept. I wouldn't want to watch a show just because somebody's like, this is how being straight is cool.
That's
Like
fair.
I don't want to be marketed my own sexuality. Like that's kind of weird.
I need a plot
I do
point.
like, yeah, but I like how they show how people can develop feelings for each other, not necessarily in a sexual way in general. They just have these feelings for each other, and yeah, a lot of people just immediately go, "Oh, well, that was because they're gay," and I mean, if you believe that, you believe that, whatever. I
Man,
just like to see it a different way,
so we're
I guess.
we're pushing the button on the hour. But I kind of really like this topic. Like I feel like we should do anime again sometime just because there's a lot to talk. Like I'd like to talk about specific topics. I
I
feel
think that's what I think that's what we should do is we should find one or two specific topics and kind of dissect it even further. It's kind of like the Christian episode we had last time. If we actually wanted to cover all of it, it's going to take way too long.
yeah, cuz I really want to get into It Invaded is really good. If you like psychology and whatnot. But
Watch Invader Zim, is that just like that?
no, it's about like people who go into the mind and like deal with serial killers and this and that. It's really good. The art style is very weird, but it is well worth it. But I want to talk about like if we when we do the. In fact, you know what? It's not an if anymore. We're doing another anime episode at some point. We're gonna deep dive. But I want to talk about mech animes, dude. Mech animes used to
Okay.
be the apex predator in the industry. Like
And
mech
they're not anymore.
yeah, mech animes are nothing now. Like in the last 10 years, you've had Gurren Lagann, you've had Code Geass. No, no, actually no. All those came
Yeah,
maybe.
this decade is like Iron Blooded Orphans, and I can't remember what the newest series is, but they did the new Voltron, but that's more American.
Yeah, mech animes have just died. I don't think anybody wants to give mech anime a chance
Well,
anymore. I think it's the untouchable now.
it's it's crazy because back in the 80s it was so relevant that America had to have its own copies, and that's why we have like the GoBots and Transformers and all that. Was because we had to have. Well, I mean, we weren't making any money. America wasn't making money off of this Japanese idea, so we basically just stole it, or several companies did rather,
But
and
yeah,
so
like
we have our American equivalents. And it was so powerful at the time, and now, you know, we haven't had a Transformers movie in 4 or 5 years, and there's no TV shows, there's no new toys coming out or anything. It's kind of just ending.
it's dead, dude. It's a dead meme. I mean, you have like in the last 10, 15 years, you've got like your Darling in the Franks, you've got your Eva, you've got Code Geass, Gurren Lagann, and then like the 57 attempted continuations of Gundam, which usually all fail.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Mech's just dead, bro. Shonen,
Even Tom, the host of Toonami, he was an alien
dude,
kind of mech guy. He died. He's
you
dead.
had to have Tom, man. If you're talking anime, you got to talk about Tom. But I don't know, dude. That's a topic for another day. We need to talk about mech, and we need to talk about shonen, because shonen is the king. It's always been the king. It'll likely always be
Doctor
the king.
Slump.
No, but
Hey, Akira Toriyama, that was his child. That was his baby, and he loved it more than Dragon Ball Z, and it's more than he'll ever love Dragon Ball Super.
well, sucks to suck, nerd. Do you have any
Yeah, it's
closing
too bad.
comments?
Doctor Slump's good, except for don't watch too much of it at once. It does get, you know, repetitive. It's a children's show. Keep that in mind if you ever watch Doctor Slump.
So
That's
before I,
DR period SLUMP. Doctor Slump.
so are we actually doing the
That
series
was
review?
made by Akira Toriyama.
Are you actually gonna watch Wolf Train?
If you beg me to and remind me, I probably will.
I'm not gonna beg you, but I will remind you. All right, tell the people bye. You have to do the outro this time.
So, because I had Tim in the last few, he's cried, he's begged, he's pleaded. I'll do the outro this time. So that's been Tim, and this has been Spoiled for Choice.
Who are you?
Wait, I thought I was supposed to do your part and then you do my part.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Okay, let's try again. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. So that's Tim, and this has been Spoiled for choice.
And I like cheesy crackers. Just kidding. I've been just kidding. I'm Noah Ulmer. I'm Hey on the Rimloo. This has been a good episode. See you next week. Wait, is next week the last week of the month?
And this is me. I'm Tim Hopkins. Insta is Mr. Siege, and it's Tim time. And I think this actually was the last Monday. No, yeah, the last one is the last Monday of the quarter.
All right. Next week is the Apocalypse episode. We're doing Anarchy Takes Over. What happens to America post-anarchy? So.
And if you stayed this long and you've wanted to stand around for the mystery, that was my cousin Jeremy.
Who I'm.
I understood his tag because that's him and his wife's name.
Got it. I'm assuming he's very Caucasian then.
Yeah, I mean, his both his parents, as far as I know, are fully American.
Quite European.
Hot-blooded Americans. Well, no, they're American. They're not from Europe. They're American.
European bloodline.
Man, I didn't do.
See you next time on Spoiled for Choice. We're out of here, nerds. Stay spoiled.